meaning of fast driving.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, oh my God, right. We played with a band called 77.
215 miles.
Yeah.
The band we're playing with, 77, were great guys. Check them out. 77, good guys from Spain. AC/DC style rock.
Oh, right.
And they were on tour with us, and they were doing a lot of the driving for us and taking us to the venues and stuff. And my God, do those guys drive fast? I kept on saying, Phil, how fast we're going now? And it was like 180 kilometres an hour. We were just sat in the back like, oh. Nice not only Phil.
Yeah.
I'm going to die in Spain.
Crash at that speed, dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
But then we know what happens if you're crashing, not dead.
Oh yeah, well. We're a very positive band. We always look on the bright side of things.
But it was great in Spain. Like there's people turned up and they'd made Kid Ego t-shirts and stuff. So it's nice to know there's people listening to us out there and stuff.
There's another very welcoming place. Hey, we could be worse. We could have hit a deer.
Oh yeah, on the way back from Mansfield we hit a deer, didn't we?
Yeah, that Rock for Rainbows gig. We hit a deer at 85 mile an hour, full grown deer.
The car's been renamed the Deer Basher, hasn't it?
Yeah, my car's been renamed the Deer Basher. So we've lost about 3 of our 9 lives as a collective band.
Who killed Bambi?
Huh?
Who killed Bambi?
Kid Ego killed
Bambi. Sorry, any animal lovers. We did pull over.
We went back to check.
Yeah, we did pull over and we went back to see if he was still alive, so we could pull out the road.
It was basically a lump with sort of foul things coming off it.
And there was
a lovely smell of burning hair and flesh. So it was like,
so it's okay.
We're touching that.
And anyone who noticed that particular night, the A1 was painted red. Where we had a hand in that.
His car used to be white. It
used to be white.
He didn't wash it.
It looks a bit like flames up the front.
But anyway, in terms of Europe, I think we partied and we played a really great show in Denmark. It was a lot of fun. We got a chance to chill out a bit, but Spain was much more. You know, we had to do promo stuff, we had to play the gigs, we had to do a lot of travelling, so there's much more business, you know, there's time to work kind of thing. But we really enjoyed it, every minute of it.
Last year you were invited to play at Crew Fest. How did that come about?
I was through MySpace.
Well, technically, we didn't even know we were playing it. We applied to play it. Motley Crue obviously been a big influence to us, and the Whiskey A Go Go is like sort of our church of worship.
True, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And we applied to play, and we didn't hear anything back. And someone rang me at 2 a.m. and said, "I've just been on a website and it says Kid Ego confirmed to play Crew Fest." So I checked it out. And I just couldn't believe it, so I must have rang everybody's house phone at about 3 a.m. I rang Birdie, who was at university at the time, and he was telling me to fuck off. He thought I was winding him up. So he's like, fuck off, I'm trying to sleep.
Oh shit, someone died in the band or something like that. The only time someone rings like this is like, something bad's going to happen. Then it was like, do you fancy going and playing in America? And I was like, shut up, dickhead. Shut up.
You wiped me up.
Hey, you've woke me up, you idiot. I want to go back to sleep. But then I was like, he was telling the truth, and we got to go and play on the Sunset Strip. It was total madness, wasn't it?
What was that like then?
It was weird. It was incredible.
You've never
so surreal.
A place in your life. Hollywood is the weirdest place.
It's like it's extremes, isn't it? Extremes.
Yeah, it's
you're rich or you're poor.
Yeah, there's no middle class. There's no middle class whatsoever. You're either a homeless on the street or you live in Beverly Hills with all the famous people. Anybody who isn't, you basically like. There's a lot of weirdos basically. If you'd like to know what we're talking about, just pay a visit. You'll last about a day, and then you'll be so freaked out by the weirdos that walk around the streets in Hollywood.
First time that I've ever seen a 7.5-foot black transsexual, has to be said.
But it's still, I would say there's some...
He's not lying either.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
That chick's pretty tall.
Oh. Yeah.
That chick's got more big than I am.
Loud as well, yeah. We got to party in, I believe it was Axl Rose's old apartment, didn't it?
It was Guns N' Roses' old apartment.
Guns N' Roses' old apartment. We got to party with some random...
We were hanging out with Vanes of Jenna.
Yeah, we were chilling out with Vanes of Jenna.
They were great guys.
Good friends of ours.
Let us borrow some of their kit.
We were partying with them. But I'd say the Sunset Strip's still very rock and roll orientated.
There's still something brewing again, I think. Like in a lot of places, like when you go down to London as well, there's a sort of bit of a rock scene, it's brewing up, there's something waiting to burst. And it's just, I just wish it'd hurry up.
Nicky's bladder.
Yeah, because the zit of rock and roll.
Kid Ego!
Alright! It's getting there, there's something happening.
Yeah. For such a long band, you've covered places like eastern coast of America and west, and as well as UK and Europe. Do you think that the crowds differ?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they do.
Can't think how, but
They do. In America, I found they sort of stood and watched you. They just stood in the whiskey, especially. They stood and just. They were like.
They took it all in, didn't they?
So let's have a listen and see what you like.
Yeah.
Whereas in say Denmark, they were mad. They were absolute nutcases. They were mint. They were crazy.
I think we could have gone on blind drunk and played out of tune, and they would have still gone
They were
mad
just
and loved
loving it. They
it.
just love rock and roll. They were just like they're all stood there going.
Did we go on blind drunk?
No, I definitely won.
I'm sure I was sober.
And then UK is it's just varying. Like sometimes it's awesome and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
pissed they are, don't it?
It just depends. I don't know. It just depends what sort of crowd you get. I mean, sometimes you will turn up and there'll be an emo crowd there, but then they seem to warm to us quite a lot. Like I think they like I don't know whether they like the melodies or what, but quite a lot of emos seem to like not. We don't get. The emos seem to like us. We get quite a broad spectrum of people, don't we?
Yeah, see, I tell you what sums up England. Scotland sums it up, because even in Scotland, it's a smaller place. No, hear my theory, right?
I'm sorry.
Hear my theory. England, right? You've got certain places in England where they go nuts. You have a great time. You've got certain places where they all stand there worrying they're just waiting for an AIDS test or something, and they don't really take any interest, right? Scotland, we had like at the Carling Yard, we had a lot of great response, a lot of in Dunfermline. We played another gig in Dunfermline at a different venue, and people were throwing glasses at us. Like, we were like threatening to bottle us and stuff. So even Scotland and England, it just varies. I suppose it's the look of the night, How
Does that sum it up then?
Don't know what I'm on about.
I don't either.
You started, didn't you?
He tried. At least he tried. It's thought of counts, isn't it?
I had it in there. I couldn't get it out though.
Doesn't matter. We'll leave the.
I'll write a song about that.
carve it out.
I'll write a song about that.
You can edit it up to make something that makes sense.
Very briefly covered this, but what do you think about the rock and metal scene right now?
Yeah, it's good. It's quite strong.
It needs to be bigger.
It's very metal at the moment. There's a lot of metal. There's a lot of new good metal bands coming out. Technically quite proficient musicians, some really good musicians.
And they're starting young as well.
Yeah, there's some really young, like sometimes we play with some bands or we go into a club and they're like this little 16-year-old kid will be going, and I'll just be like, have my guitar and I'll just be like.
That was just a retarded kid though, wasn't it?
But
didn't even have a guitar.
You just make a noise better than Bernie.
but yeah, like I think there's a lot of metal, but I think there's a sort of underground of sort of classic rock bands which just need they need somebody to come along and take them on board, because there's a lot of hard-working rock bands
They need to get
touring
out
around
cities as well.
There's a lot of young rock bands in there just touring around, touring. Similar age group as us.
Yeah, they're playing the
Just
same
not getting a look
venues.
in.
Playing the same venues over and over again, and they just need a boost. Look, we're very fortunate that we have a very good management team and some good sponsorship and endorsements, and these people are all as hungry as we are, and they back us. And we've met some fantastic people in the industry, and we're very very lucky to have that kind of boost, and any help we can give to other bands. We always, a lot of bands come up to us after shows and they ask us how we went from sort of there and climbed up a bit, and we try and help them, because we want the whole scene to be a lot bigger. We're not greedy. We don't want it all to ourselves. We want a bigger scene. And
I won't mind all the money to myself though, if that's alright with everyone.
Yeah, okay.
by the way, there's no ashtray, so I'm just using my boot. Is that doesn't smell
Start
that
a
bad.
trend. Everybody will start taking off their shoes, putting it on the table and using it as ashtray.
Yeah. To be a retard, exactly.
Can you give us any? Can you give us any hints? What's in the pipeline for Kid Ego?
Just
Work hard, play
rocking
hard.
out. We've got a lot of new tracks writing at the moment, so eventually we're going to get around to recording a new album.
Awesome.
We're still plugging the current album. Like the whole world needs to hear it, because we're really chuffed with it and we want everyone to hear it. But
We need able to buy it so we can afford to record the new album.
yes.
If you all buy it, then you get the next one.
If you all buy two a piece,
Buy one for your grandma.
When